Like, as an entrepreneur, that's one thing that nobody talks about, that, when you work for somebody or work for something, you can wake up one day and choose to give your 70%. It's all right. But if it's yours, if it's your business, if you are the one running the show, you always have to give your 100%. And that...
have to be accountable.
Yeah, always. You have to be accountable for everything. That's the thing. The best part about entrepreneurship is you get to make all the decisions. The worst part about entrepreneurship is you have to make all the decisions. And you also have to stay accountable for them. So, yeah.
This is season 2, episode 8 of No Filter with Khoj. Today we are joined by Iyas and Shrihari. And let us get started with the podcast. Hello, Iyas and Shri. So we are joined by Iyas and Shri here today in their restaurant, Iyas Korean Kitchen and Iyas Mexican Kitchen. So first of all, let's just start with the basics. Can you just introduce yourself?
So I am Indraja. We started with this business about 3 years ago. For me, it came very suddenly, just post-COVID. I was cooking a lot during COVID. Before that, I was a zoologist, and then I had done a diploma in sustainable living. Then I did wildlife conservation. So my fields were entirely different from what I'm doing today. And lucky for us, because of both the lockdowns, K-pop and K-drama really picked up. So my business picked up too. And actually, my cooking became a business because of Shri. Now I'll hand it over to him. He'll continue the rest.
So I'm Shri, and first of all, she is my girlfriend. Yeah. Okay. So So why we started this, I'll tell you, is I took on my first ever flight to meet her. So I come from a very small town. It's called Belgaum, Karnataka. I came to meet her, and she was started this business of rolling sushi. She was like, make me a logo on Canva and give. I was like, first of all, I'm not making a logo on Canva. You need a professional to do it. So the day I met her, I told her that we need to get it designed professionally. And we've been working together, we've been guiding each other. And 3 years later, now we are here. So I've followed a very conventional path where I took up science, I took up engineering. Then I dropped out because I fell into the love of entrepreneurship. Yeah. So I read my first ever book on Steve Jobs. Then I read Richard Branson's biography. I fell into biographies and I started studying the lives of these people. Like, what makes them so special? Why are they so great? So I wanted to pursue that, and after 10 years, I have my own business. Wow. Till today, I still read biographies, I still read how-to books. And that's how I keep my love of entrepreneurship alive. So every day I wake up because I love what I do. Wow. I can do it for free also every day.
Yeah. So as you said that you grew up in a conventional sort of way in entrepreneurship, and you had an unconventional story.
Yeah, that's what, like, if anybody asks about our backgrounds, I call him the destined entrepreneur and myself the accidental one, because it came to me and it just worked out for me, and I'm truly grateful for that. And because of him, I could also develop some skill sets because I had the right partner while going forward with the venture. If I didn't have that, maybe I wouldn't have been able to call myself an entrepreneur, because that wasn't very ingrained in me as it is in him. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you have the right sort of a balance in your business, I think everybody can uplift through that. Yeah.
It's a struggle daily. For her, it's enough. For me, it's never enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, for me, it's never enough. So, I told her, even I'm not stopping with this restaurant, it's still a long way to go. Yeah. She's like, I'm very happy with my 2 restaurants. So, daily we have so many fights because it's always, this is enough, this is not enough.
Wow, that's amazing. So, as you said, that you have had 2 different experiences when it comes to entrepreneurship. So, what does entrepreneurship mean to you? To you first, and then to you second?
So, like I said, entrepreneurship came very suddenly to me. I had never planned myself to be where I am right now. So even delegating stuff to people, like I was apparently supposed to be in some jungle looking at pretty animals, but that's not what I do. Now I come here and I delegate stuff to like 10, 12 odd people every day. For me, cooking came very naturally. Like I I mean, I think I shouldn't say this on record, but I would have been a terrible wildlife conservationist. I would have gone to places, I would have chilled and I would have come back. But this, I know I need to perform daily. Like, you know, as an entrepreneur, that's one thing that nobody talks about, that, you know, when you work for somebody or work for something, you can wake up one day and choose to give your 70%. It's all right. But if it's yours, if it's your business, if you are the one running the show, you always have to give your 100%. And
You
that...
have to be accountable.
Yeah, always. You have to be accountable for everything. That's the thing. The best part about entrepreneurship is you get to make all the decisions. The worst part about entrepreneurship is you have to make all the decisions. And you also have to stay accountable for them. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's my story of entrepreneurship. I'm still figuring it out, honestly, because it's not something that you can just learn and let go. Like he said, he actively pursues it every day. I just learn it through experiences. Because lucky for me, I get to experience it firsthand.
So those are also two different learning experiences about entrepreneurship. We'll talk about that later, first of all.
So entrepreneurship is a way of life to me.
Okay.
I don't care about the external world which I'm living in right now. I care about what the world I'm creating.
Wow. Okay.
So it's about creating my own perfect world through my entrepreneurial journey. So I don't like to travel. That's the problem. Like, she loves to travel. I am okay. Okay, I can stay in my house forever. Because I like looking at numbers. I like solving problems each and every day. That's what I live for. So when I solve a problem, I get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
So whenever there's like a problem, I'm like, abhi maza aaya na bido. So it's like that.
Exactly.
I don't like problems.
So entrepreneurship for you is like solving problems,
Yeah.
getting things done.
So if you want to be an entrepreneurship, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to love solving problems.
Yes.
So that's what you have to live for. And for me, numbers and money is just a byproduct of it.
Yeah. As we talked about right now, you two have both different learning strategies. Yours is more experiential and yours is more when it comes to that you've learned from. So talk to us about your learning strategy, because we have not talked about that here.
So I would suggest anyone who's learn through YouTube. Okay. And read a lot. I personally don't believe in formal education. I only read through books. And don't read books which are popular. Follow your curiosity. Okay. So if the one podcast I would recommend is of Joe Rogan and Naval Ravikant.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a life-changing podcast. So if you want, just follow your curiosity and you'll be there.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I think on a very raw level, that's exactly what I also resonate with. But I let my curiosity flow. Like, I let things happen around me also. See, the thing is, I know as people, we always want to be in control with our lives. But like, one of the reasons that I also changed my entire life around was because something traumatizing kind of happened in my life. So like just before COVID, I lost my mother, and that kind of changed my perspective towards life. So, you know, maybe sometimes life and universe also throws situations at you. So I consciously made the choice of, you know, staying back based on the situation that I was also put in. So, and because I respected that, because I didn't fight with my own self-image of being a wildlifer, I think I'm at a much better place, because I received things that I was getting in life.
Yeah.
You know, when I made my first sushi, it was very difficult. For the first 2 years, he was completing his MBA, then he did 2 corporate jobs also. And we made that conscious choice because we wanted to learn what systems work from inside. Like, tomorrow, if we are going to be the bosses, we need to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. So,
I personally worked at 2 companies. One was a big marketing agency where all the processes and systems were in place.
Yeah.
And another, I worked at a startup where you have to do everything. So that's how I've learned. So if you're starting out, don't directly just jump into, like, right now it's very cool to say that I don't want to do a job. I don't want to do a corporate job. Even I was like that.
Yeah.
But when I went to do a corporate job, I learned all the processes and systems of a business.
How does it work?
Yeah, how does it work? For yourself to figure it out, it will take years. But I just did a 6-month job.
Yeah.
So I figured it out all by myself.
Yeah, that's nice. So your strategy is basically accept it as it comes and make it beautiful.
Actually, I would call it like be opportunistic and super patient. For 2 years, I only rolled kimbabs every single day, like 8 kimbabs, 10 kimbabs. You never know how many orders you're gonna get, but to wake up and do the same thing for 2 years tirelessly is very difficult. But that was an opportunity for me, and it was the time that I put faith in what I was doing, and I kept the patience to do it every day. Even today, like that's what it's very good to be ambitious. It's very good to have goals. It's very good to know where you want to go. But it's also important to know how you're getting there. If you don't value your everyday's effort and if you don't account for your everyday's work, it's not going to add up eventually. That's where the balance strikes, I think.
Yeah. Again, we see the dynamic here, how you almost like as a team work forward.
She is very patient. I'm not at all patient.
Exactly. So, as we can see in your whole life also, and during this Iyas Korean kitchen and Iyas Mexican grill, all of these places, we have a trend of unconventionality. We have a trend for doing something non-traditional. We have a trend for taking risks. Why is that, and how has that helped you?
I have only followed one advice where, like, I've followed it personally. Up until the age of 30, take as much risk as you want in life. Because you have no responsibilities, you don't have children, you don't have a wife. you have a girlfriend, okay? But for everyone out there, take as much risk as you can. Even if your parents are not on your side. That's how you'll grow. That's how you'll learn. For me, it was that even if I don't do anything by the age of 30, I can still go back to my corporate job because I have my own education and someone will hire me. I have that confidence. That मेरे को job मिल जाएगा, ये मेरे को पक्का है. हाँ, इतना तो थोड़ा skill है. But you have to take as many risks as you can.
I think the thought of unconventionality comes also because of internet. I think we live in a time where we have exposure to everything we want to look at. You know, every single thing. There's no limitation. There are no boundaries. You can explore anything you want. You know, some people choose unconventional thoughts, unconventional paths in life very consciously. Sometimes people just want to explore, like you said, all young people just want to explore because they have the time to. We live in a time where, you know, our parents have already established a certain ground in society for us. And, you know, you build on that. It's like you said, sometimes, taking their learnings, taking your experiences, your conditioning, your exploration forward is, I think, more important than, consciously looking for something different. Sometimes something very conventional might also inspire you majorly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Taken when it comes to this restaurant is for, if anyone knows us, we were an outdoor restaurant before. And so the risk what we are taking right now will tell you what situation we are in right now. So the restaurant which you see, we have taken the first ever loan, business loan from a bank today, both of us. I'm 28, she's 26, 25. So this is the risk because we believe in our product, we believe in our idea. So you have to take risks. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it will not work out. But you'll only know that if you work.
Try.
You also need to be smart when you're taking risks. Like we knew that we started the business with 500, we started our business with 500 rupees and it was paying off. Like we were breaking even from day one because breaking even 500 is easy, honestly. But yeah, we didn't put in money in the business for more than 2.5 years until we, finally decided that, let's become like a proper space now. Yeah, we're still not taking a salary. We just we try to survive.
We just need a basic cost ordering through Zomato. That is the basic cost covered.
So like we earn money through that, we spend money through that. It's that simple.
As far as our basic needs are getting covered, we are happy.
Yeah. So as you said, with no prior experience, you said that you had studied much about entrepreneurship, but this was your actual first business venture, right?
Yeah.
And you had no experience when it comes to businesses. So with 500 rupees, and one day you just say, no, I want to roll more kebabs. How did you start? What were the starting building blocks of that journey?
So, I think one thing I would like to very proudly say that I listen to people a lot. I listen to all my customers. I listen to him every day, every single day. Yeah. So we consider each and every review even today, and that's what told us in which direction we should go forward with. Because I was doing kimbaps, one of my customer told me, "Oh, why don't you do kimchi?" I tried kimchi. Then they were like, "Oh, you can have kimchi and jajangmyeon goes really well." Then I figured out what jajangmyeon was. So for me, the exposure to culture was just the beginning of it. I didn't fall in love with K-pop and K-drama initially. I understood the potential of that after we opened the restaurant actually.
okay.
So I think we opened the restaurant, and the first month we held a BTS debut anniversary event. And we wanted like 30-40 girls to come up just to gain visibility, because we're not on a main road. So we don't get natural footfall that much, but we're okay with that because anyway people look for us and come. But like 200 girls showed up, and I didn't have space to accommodate any of them, and I was panicking, and they were just so happy. People were out on the street, they were dancing, and it was very overwhelming because we didn't prepare for that much. We didn't even expect that much. But so many girls came, and they were just happy to belong in a place that, understood their K-pop and K-drama fandom. And that's when I took it up more seriously. Then I started putting items like tteokbokki. It took me about 2.5 years to figure out tteokbokki. Yeah, it was one of the most difficult things, but that's what people wanted the most. So I think anybody who wants to run a business or anybody who wants to sell a commodity, see, as an entrepreneur, you're never going to want to put up a bad product in the market, but you have to, be open to feedback, and you have to receive it constructive criticism. Basically take criticism constructively and work on your product. It is possible that you do not know the best thing for your own product, and your customers are going, people don't only invest money-wise in your products, they invest time-wise, they invest their own energy to consume it and all of that. So if they are not having a good experience, no matter you put gold on the plate, it's not going to matter. So, the right ingredients don't make the right food. You have the power to make it actually.
The shorter your feedback, the shorter window of your feedback, the more valuable you become as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So like today, I stand in my own restaurant, I take my own orders,
Yeah.
I do service. So my feedback is very short.
Yeah.
It's directly to my customer.
Yeah.
The minute I involve a service person, a manager, the feedback window becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Then you go on an ego trip saying that, oh, sabhi mast chal raha hai. So make sure you at least have one person in your life who tells you the truth. For me, it's her.
And for you, it's him. Wow, this is an amazing partnership, actually. Let's talk about that. At least one, or as we have seen here, it's a very good partnership when it comes to your professional life, and I think so for your personal life also. So, what's one quality in your partner that has helped you as a team to move forward in this entrepreneurial journey?
For me, she is my brain.
Oh,
So when I talk to myself, I don't talk to myself. I only talk to her. So she is a good therapist. She's naturally a good therapist. So I can do unfiltered conversations with her, and she tells me what I need to hear. It's not always what I need to hear. It's always things where I have to hear. Like sometimes I have a little bit of anger issues. I go through my downfall. I'm very number oriented. When I don't see good business, I almost go like into a depression. So she helps me pick it up, and she helps me clear my mind.
yeah.
So that is what a partner she is to me.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like he said, I like articulating things. I like putting things, I like making sense of things. I like putting things in place. And he gives me the opportunity to. Honestly, I am not somebody that will go out and explore a lot on my own if I am already happy in my life.
Okay.
And I don't, for the longest time, looking at him, I felt bad that, I am not as ambitious, but I think that's the quality that drives me also every day, because I have newer things to do every day because of his ambition only.
Yeah.
I would end up doing, like I said, I have too much patience. That's also a bad thing. Yeah, when you're too patient and you end up doing the same thing every day, you're not growing. He makes me grow.
Yeah.
He tells me, he gives me newer thoughts to process through and actually get to
Yeah.
reality. So yeah, he pushes me because I think wanting something and having that passion for business, for anything, it could be an idea, it could be a business, but that's actually truly his blessing, because I never envisioned this life for me. But like, now I want more things too, because he tells me that I want them and I am convinced. You need somebody to push you to want more things also sometimes. I think that's one thing, that he wanted to be an entrepreneur all his life. So now that he has it, he knows exactly where he wants to be. But since I didn't want it, I don't know where to go from here. That guidance, without that guidance, I wouldn't even be here basically. So I think that's the biggest quality, even to be so passionate that people around you are also pushed to work more. That's, I think, and that, I think, is a quality in him that inspires everyone around him. Because I think हमारे restaurant में कोई ये नहीं बोल सकता कि हम कम काम करते हैं, हम सबसे ज़्यादा काम करते हैं यहाँ पे. Or even like all my staff, all of them are young, but they see us also working 24 hours. So, that's the thing. Yeah.
People just randomly, even our customers come up to us and say that we want to invest in you. So that people come to me and people are like, we want to invest in you. So that's the kind of people you should aspire to be. That people are willing to put their money or bet on you. People don't bet on the idea, they bet on people.
Yes, that's a very good quote.
Everything falls into place. I think even if you want to be business partners with somebody, they should also be your best friends, because they see you at your best and your worst. They see you the most stressed and the most relaxed also. People you work with actually see all phases of you. And I think you need to be good friends with them. I understand that, we live in a world where professional relations are to be kept professional only. But I don't think that's entirely necessary. I think, in fact, every relation you have with anyone, it should have a personal touch. This is what something me and Shri also consciously do with our staff. So if you're working with somebody, you need to have a personal connect with them. We need to know where they come from, what they do, what they feel, if they like making Instagram videos, what songs they like. It's the small things. Everyone on our team is young.
To that right now, as you mentioned earlier, everyone on your team is young. Like, we are talking about you. We are talking young, like 16 years old young.
Yeah.
We are talking like people. You value our opinion, and that's not something we get to hear every day.
So we don't come from a very hotel management background, and we've consciously made that decision to not develop a hierarchy in our atmosphere.
Okay.
So people who we work with, we don't treat them as staff, we treat them as a team. So we take them out to outings, we give them like here and there, we treat them very nicely. And people come looking for us because we don't have a filter, like we only want these kind of candidates. Because we think people who want to work, we can mold them any way we want.
Because we had to train ourselves also. We didn't know anything about, we didn't even know what the word visa was. My first intern told me that, whatever preparation you do in a hotel is called a visa. I'm like, oh great, so you have to do that now. So my point is that, if tomorrow me or Shri, either of us would have to go out to get a job in any of the restaurants, we wouldn't get one. Because we don't have the educational qualification for it. We'll probably get one now that we have our own restaurant. But my point being, so everybody that came to us, even if from a non-hotel background, people that come from a place of passion, people that come from the place of financial stability, people that come from the place of just having good work to do, it's important to take all of them. See, people who...
Customers have ended up working for us.
Yeah, we get girls who come in as customers and then like they enjoy their food while going like, can I work here? And I'm like, okay. I mean, we can definitely work something like that, because we want that creativity to flow. If somebody is approaching us, they are approaching us with a thought, and they've thought enough about our restaurant to want to work here. I have to respect that. If,
We are working with college kids only as of now. So our marketing team is handled by a 16-year-old, and there's one girl from Lovely College. She's done filmmaking, so she's shooting our videos and photography. Because I like working with Gen Z people, okay? Because when I was there, people didn't used to work as much as hard as what I think. But today's generation, I don't want to call them generation. It's too much of a gap, but you guys are actually very hardworking. You're doing great things. You're doing very unconventional path, which is actually creatively, not finding that. Sorry?
Creatively handled.
Yeah. And you're actually happy. You don't just sit in your home and watch Netflix, which is a good thing.
so actually, I think one thing that happened also with our generation, apparently, that till our generation, people were following conventional paths. Even if they did something non-conventional, it was due to a conventional thought. Like, for example, he got into engineering because his family told him to. But I did zoology because I liked animals. Like, I could have pursued it in so many other ways, but that was the only obvious way. I think till the time you all are going in college, you have
So many open
exposure. Yeah, you have multiple opportunities in front of you. A lot of people, a lot of my friends have also kind of diverted off their field, career field, and we had to go the long way. But I think it's good that you all are exploring at this age itself, because you can actually align it to something much bigger. And like I said, like your every day's patience, every day's work counts. So I think doing multiple things right now is actually definitely going to benefit you. So I think one major part about having young staff, even like we have in the kitchen people working, they're from Assam, Mizoram, there's one from Uttarakhand. So, this is your general hotel staff that you see everywhere. But like the kids we have, they make nice TikTok reels and nice videos, and they edit their own stuff. So we put them also on our page, because it's in the end it's just art. I don't need to only show K-pop artists dancing.
Vibe. They literally vibe. Say they put a speaker inside and they're working, and it's a good atmosphere to have, because we have not kept it strict, and it's okay for us. They're happy. Their happiness comes through their work, and in the end, if a customer is happy, we are happy.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So you guys are, I know that it's your generation, it's Gen Z, but you guys,
Millennial Gen Z.
millennial and Gen Z. Yeah, but still, you guys are pretty young. But what is the one decision? This we are trying to go to the conclusion now. What is the one decision that you took when you were younger, that really defined who you are today?
Again, internet.
Internet.
So I had to literally learn from YouTube how to talk to a girl.
Oh.
That's how I've actually impressed her. She's my first girlfriend. She is the first love of my life. So I've learned how to. So I've developed my personality through YouTube and through reading, because I didn't have someone, like I didn't have today's where you can talk to people, and in that phase I was going through a depression, and I didn't really want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it back then. So I developed how to talk to a girl through YouTube. Like there are these 5 signs which right.
I know.
Yeah.
Same boat.
Yeah. So how to talk to a man, how to, how to be on a date, how to, all those how-to videos. I watched a lot of them. So that's how I've defined my personality, and I've learned through them, and I've practiced it daily. It's not only about watching those videos. You have to actually, you have to actually apply it and experience it and learn through that.
This is the result.
Yeah.
With, I think, what the only thing that I follow, honestly, like I've mentioned before also, I take it as it comes. Yes, it's important to explore, but too much exploration can actually clutter your head too much. So also define what you want. Your definitions of life can also change, and respect those definitions. Like if today you like dancing and tomorrow you're forcing yourself to dance, you don't really like it anymore. Accept it and move on. Like at least go on a different path, or realize what's going well with you and realize what's not going well with you, and then you can just balance it out accordingly. Yes, explore a lot of things, but don't confuse yourself so much that you end up, not wanting to do anything, or just being so confused and intimidated by the options you have that you end up not exploring any of them. So define what you want daily, and also be comfortable to change it. It's okay to change it. It's all right to change your vision if it aligns with your current vision, and your visions can change daily. Your thoughts, your emotions can change daily. Give it that time. You don't need to define everything at once, this is where I want to be, and if I'm not there, what am I going to do with my life? All right, you're not there, you're somewhere else, but you are there. You'll figure it out. So you can learn every day, and you can, apply that in your life. But you can also let life happen to you and, do your best in it. It's that simple. That'll give you enough happiness.
Actually, you do have different perspectives, but somehow they are so complementary and they work out. And there is so much to learn from the both of you. Actually, from this podcast only, I have had so much to learn just from this conversation.
Same here.
Yeah, because I am an aspiring entrepreneur. And with Khoj also, we've started the organization and everything. And now in the future, perhaps, it is really inspiring the way that you're bringing this about. It's really, it's...
Why do you want to be an entrepreneur?
There are many questions. I want to help people. But then again, we'll talk about that later on a personal note. And that's basically, in this conversation, it cleared up a lot of things for entrepreneurship for me. And it also opened a lot of doors. So thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you for having us.
And,
Thank you for having us. It was very nice talking to you, and it was a new experience for us also altogether. And it's Shree's dream come true, so he'll be very happy today.
Goal achieved to be on a podcast.
wow, that's amazing. Yeah, let's cut it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hello, just a quick thing before we leave. You might have observed this beautiful setting for us today, and this is Iyas Korean Kitchen. Can you give us more information about it, please?
Yeah, so we're a Korean and a Mexican restaurant based in Pashan, Pune. We're open 6 days of the week as of now, planning to soon be 7. Soon. We're trying to bring international cuisine close to Punekars as close as possible. And I hope to I look forward. I'm sorry, I've spoken too much. Sorry, I look forward to seeing you all at my restaurant very, very soon. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, share,